Hi there, this is Jacob Landis XD, Jacob levideoproduction.com, and in this tutorial, I'm going to go into choosing the right audience for your Facebook ads. At my company, I help small business owners figure out the marketing tactics they can use to get the best results and come up with a blueprint and a strategy. So please let me know down below, are you a beginner at all this? Are you a business owner? Are you into marketing? I would love to know, and let me know if you have any ideas for videos you would like down below as well. So let's talk Facebook ad audience. Now, generally, I recommend having a number of different audiences that you test. You should be testing, do photos do better? Do videos do better? Does long text with your ad or short text do better? And also you should be testing the audiences. And you generally want to be changing one variable at a time. So if you want to know if it performs better for men or women, you keep everything the same and show one ad to men, one ad to women, and everything else is the same. So let me go into some really creative ways that you can set this up. I'm just going to do traffic for this example. So basically I'm trying to drive people to my website. You definitely do want to have a Facebook pixel set up. Then you can actually track how many people are visiting the page and show additional ads to them in the future. So I have a tutorial on doing exactly that. It's in the top right corner. And so I'm going to do continue, and we're going to focus all of our efforts on the audience right here. So you can save audiences for the future, which is really awesome. I recommend creating some and saving some. So you can see the thing we want to look over and over is this up here, the potential reach. So right now it's the entire United States. So it's 230 million people. So if you're a local business, the first thing you're going to want to change is the location. And like for me, I mainly serve businesses in Denver, although I do have some services that can be national, but I'm going to start with Denver, Colorado, because it's even better if I can meet with people in person. So under locations, you have everyone in this location. You can also do people who live in this location. This will, as a default, everyone in this location will include people who are just traveling or were recently in the location. So I generally like people who live in the location. You can set the radius around, so just look at the map and be like, okay, would I go to Boulder? Would I go to Centennial? I'm going to set this to 20 miles. All right, so that knocks us down to 2.2 million people in this area. We're doing 18 to 65. You have the option to go all the way down to 13. This is anyone older than 65. You can do men, women. You could also do like Spanish if you want your ad to be in Spanish and target Spanish speakers, which would knock it down to 330,000 people. So what number should we be shooting for right here? Well, that really depends, because we want to get as specific as possible, because the way Facebook works, you're going to really want to try to have your ad be as relevant to people as possible. So if I'm targeting business owners specifically, this is not specific at all. I have no way of knowing that any of these people are business owners. I just know that they live in Denver. So your average person, you want a high percentage of people to click on it or respond well to it or feel that it's really relevant and good, and you're going to pay a lot more if people aren't really responding to it. And you're also going to pay a lot of money to get in front of people who it isn't relevant to at all. So it really will depend a lot on how specific that audience is. It'll also depend a little bit on how much ad spend you have, how much money you have to put behind it. If you're spending thousands and thousands of dollars or have the budget to, you can start with a lot more people and then narrow it down to the people who click on it and then show additional things to them. You'll definitely want a Facebook pixel installed to do that so you can continue to show ads to people who visit your pages. But if you only have like a $200 budget or something, you're probably going to want to get as specific as possible and just select an audience size of, 5,000, 10,000, and just try to get it in front of everyone at least once or a couple of times. So it really depends how long you're hoping to go and also how much you have to spend, because you want to start with a bigger audience, a bigger net if you have a lot to spend, and just narrow it down. Whereas if you don't have a lot, you may just want to try to get it in front of everyone. So if I was doing ads, I'd probably shoot for between no less than 5,000, with my spend definitely not more than $1 million. Okay, so let's look at detailed targeting. Now I could spend 3 hours going through every single one of these. You can search for specific things. Demographics, so like if you know that people are gonna have a doctorate degree, that narrows it down a ton. It's down to 11,000 already if we include associate degree, college grad. So that really narrows things down. So, I mean, you just want to ask the question, are people with these demographics or interests significantly more likely to engage with it, click your link? So you can target people who have a really high level of income, high earners, people, different life events. You can do a message to people on their birthday, are in a new job, long distance relationships. So I recommend you go through all of these. You can also search for them. So people likely to engage with liberal content, and people who are liberal is probably about 40% of the population, but people who are likely to engage with liberal content is like 8 or 9%. So it's not 40% like the population, it's people who are specifically likely to engage. So you'd probably only want to choose this if it was almost exclusively liberals who are a potential customer, or if you're a political campaign, because it drops it down from 2.2 to 240,000. So yeah, it's about 10%. And you can include several things. So if you say, okay, well, this one will be political, but we'll do liberal or moderate. You can search for things. For example, if it's, okay, a lot of people who like Tony Robbins are really gonna like my content or be potential customers, you can do people who have that as their interests. So, that's down to 240,000 people. You can add in or exclude other ones as well. So you can do based off what people like. That can be incredibly powerful as well. And you can exclude people. Let's go to connections for this. So you can do people who like your page, or friends of people who like the page who may have some connection, or exclude people who like the page. Like you can do a campaign to get more people to like your page. You're not going to want to show that to people who already like the page. On some things, let's say you have 10,000 followers, when you post something on Facebook, not everyone's going to see it. It's going to be shown to a small group of people. If a lot of people like, comment, and share, it'll be shown to more, but not everyone who likes your page is going to see that. So if you have a really important post or really important deal, I recommend you post that regularly so it gets in front of as many people as possible without you spending money, and then you can boost it and show it just to people who like your page. So then you can know, okay, this post got in front of every single person that liked my page. So a lot of people are familiar with all of this demographic information, but what's really powerful is you can do it based off people's interaction with your Facebook or your Instagram or your website or all these other things. So if you do a custom audience, you can do, let's say, website traffic, and you can use the data from your Facebook pixel to show something to all of your website visitors in the last 30 days. You can go all the way up to 180 days. You can do people who spent more than 75%, so people who spent the most time on your website in the last 180 days. Or you can do people who visited very specific pages on your website. So then you'll name your audience. Other options would be, for example, offline activity. So from your event, anyone who's added things to your cart or has done any of these actions, you do want to set up these conversion events. And you can do this for up to 720 days. So you can do people who visited the website, specific pages, took specific actions. You can also do, let's say you have a lot of action on your Instagram. Anyone who engaged with your business, anyone who visited the business profile, people who sent a message, people who saved any post or anything like that. So it's nice as you're building your audience, you can send additional stuff to, let's say, every single person that visited your profile. So that's really powerful. That's not just the general demographic, that's people who visited you specifically. So you do need quite a bit of traffic to make this work. Another thing you can do, if people watched, let's say, 10 seconds of your video, you can send ads to them specifically. So these are people already familiar with you, so it'll be a lot cheaper. Not only do you know they're probably going to be a target customer, but also they'll have familiarity with you specifically. The last thing that I want to show you is lookalike audiences. And typically this is if you have a Facebook pixel and you have it set up with an event based around a purchase. So you can create an event, and anytime it's like, thank you for making a purchase, that's the page people go to. You keep track of everyone who has visited that exact page. And then it will create an audience based off of everyone who's been to that page. So it'll run all its algorithms and its smart computer things and say, okay, people who buy from you generally fit this profile, and they'll know a lot better than you will. So they're going to create an audience based off of that pixel. So they're going to find the 1% of the audience that is really similar to your pixel. So for the area, you do need to do a full country because it's going to take data from a whole lot of people and find something similar. So United States is probably what you want to go with. Although if you have like an info product, you could do, a whole bunch of different countries if you want a bigger overall audience. Another thing that you can do, so you can do based off your pixel, off your website traffic, but you can also create a look-alike audience from, let's say, people who like your page. So it's finding other people who are similar to those who like your page. So you can create an audience based off that. This is especially good if you don't have a whole lot of website visitors, but you do have a lot of people who like your page. The only thing to be aware of is if it's mostly your friends and family who like your page, the lookalike audience is going to be a little bit bogus because their demographics and interests are not going to line up with your potential customers and clients. So anyway, that is everything in this tutorial. I know there's a whole lot of different things you can do. I think Facebook ads are a longer journey of figuring out the exact audience that responds really well. Definitely have your Facebook pixel set up because you can use all that data from your Facebook pixel to show things to people who've already visited your page or visited your Instagram or watched your videos. That's going to be a lot more powerful when you're getting in front of people a second time or a third time rather than just targeting completely cold leads, people who have never heard of you before. So let me know what you thought of the video. Please comment cheesecake down below if you made it to the very end. Please subscribe and click the bell to be notified when I come out with new videos. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next video.